What's going on YouTube? My name is Ekuegan. You call me EK. In today's video, I just want to go over the BRAYTECH WEREWOLF that was brought back with Festival of the Lost. I believe we have about maybe 12 days left before it's kind of gone. The weapon does have a fun few perks that it came back with. The one thing though, it is a 450 RPM, and depending on the season, sometimes 450s work really well on GMs and sometimes they don't. So I'm looking at this from like a champion perspective and something that can work in overall end game. Now, if we're talking about you just running around and strikes or whatever, the base gun will be fine. There's not too many damage perks on it. Let's just look at it real quick. Damage perks here, we have Swashbuckler and then we have Vorpal. If you're trying to use it in Crucible, there's a few perks here. I really don't use ARs in Crucible like that, but I would say maybe Eye of the Storm with like Under Pressure might be a good one. Now, one neat thing that came back on this weapon that I like, first of all, I was looking at the wrong one, my apologies. Kill Clip is also there, but Kill Clip is not going to be something that I'm going to be using much. Now, if we're talking about just you run around and strikes and killing stuff, you could probably do something like Subsistence, and you go with Swashbuckler because you can keep it up, right? These two together will be fine. The mag trade is up to you. Most of the time, I'm probably going to tell folks to go for Flare Magwell and maybe Armor Piercing. And then when it comes to the barrel is your choice. Now, one neat thing that was brought that I saw here was Under Over. Under Over deals bonus damage to targets of Overshield, and it deals a small bonus damage to combatant shields. In PvP, if someone has an Overshield, this is 20%. In PvE, it's 10%. I feel like this should have been backwards, but I see what Bungie's doing. The reason why I say that is because on a primary, Vorpal is 20%, right? And if we're using it against a anti-barrier champion, we get that 20% off of this gun. Now, if Under Over did that, then all of a sudden I don't really need Vorpal anymore because I'm Under Over. And you're gonna be like, EK, what is Under Over? Why do you like Under Over? Under Over not only works on a champion shield, it works on any shield. And the neat thing is when you go into match game activities, having that 10% is actually pretty crucial because I tried it, I tested in Lost Sectors, and I liked it. I was a huge fan of it. But then you can stack that on top of Armor Piercing, which is another 5%, so you get 15% damage against any shield, all right? And I'm going to show that here too. So generally, this is the gun without anything on it. There's no Armor Piercing or anything here. And you're going to see that this Wizard shield that's right in front of me, I'm going to be doing 13-16 to it, all right? Now, I did go out of my way to get one with Under Over and then one with Under Over and Armor Piercing. So you'll see here, this only has Under Over on it. If I shoot this shield, you'll notice that it is at 1458. So this is one of those things where it does help if you end up in match game and you have a kinetic weapon that can kind of work on shields without it being that perk, right? You don't need Osmosis because Osmosis, when you throw your grenade, that is tied to your subclass, okay? Under Over is any shield. Now, the one neat thing here, too, is having that with Armor Piercing makes it even better because you have another 5% there. So you'll see that when I shoot the shield, boom, it brings it down even further. Now, let's talk if we're going against a champion. If you're bringing a weapon like an AR for anti-barrier, for example, and you're using it against a champion, most questions are going to be, am I going to go for Vorpal or am I going to go for Under Over? And the only thing that I'm going to tell you is this. If you go into a GM or a Nightfall, right, and there are multiple shields besides Overload, the anti-barrier shield, then you want Under Over. Now, if there's not that many shields, but there's a lot of champions that you need to work on, that's when Vorpal kind of kicks in. So now Vorpal is a free 20%, and I'm actually going to put a Vorpal one on. I didn't get a Vorpal one with Armor Piercing, so I'm going to compare it with the one that doesn't have Armor Piercing either, all right? So here goes this champion here. He's going to shield up. You're going to see that I'm doing about 2356 to him. So 2356 was the number, okay? And that is with the Vorpal one. Now the one without Vorpal is going to do less. That is 2175. But the neat thing is if you have Armor Piercing, you get the extra 5%. You can kind of still keep up with the Vorpal one and be able to cover other shields. Can you put your shield up, please? I'm waiting. Thank you. So we're at 2252, okay? So if you're out there, you're a huge fan of ARs, I think if you get your hands on an armor piercing with on the over, keep it. And if you get armor piercing Vorpal one, keep it. And if you want one just for fun, once again, there is the subsistence swashbuckler one. That'd be pretty neat because you have a good uptime on it. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to basically break down what were good perks on this gun and what purpose it would have in your arsenal. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You can definitely join the community. We do have a community Discord, and I do stream live daily at twitch.tv/Ekuegan, where I do my best to do Master Kaido dungeons with people and Grandmasters. So if you're looking for a group to play with, you could definitely join up with the community. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.